We're here at the Pepsi Center in Denver, Colorado. Jim Houston with Craig Simpson. Welcome to Game 4 of the Western Conference Final between the Colorado Avalanche and the St. Louis Blues. Colorado can't afford any mistakes here tonight. A loss at home and it's all over.
Well, this team has to keep it simple. They can't get caught up in the bigger picture. Jim, I know it's a cliche, but they really do have to take it one game at a time.
Here's a look at tonight's referee.
Jim, he tends to let a lot of obstruction holding and hooking go.
Yeah, but players better be careful with their sticks. If you get careless with your stick, he'll always penalize you. Face-off won by Nicolishin. Played back. Checked. Ponger. Over the line. Drake with shot. Abisher gets some wood on it. Run over. A smackdown. In over the line. He gets worked over by Pronger. In front. Played over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Flattened.
Another hit like that and sparks will fly.
Into the attacking zone. He gets laid out by Jackman. Quick pass up. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Checked.
It's getting rough out there.
Blocked. Abisher made the save. Over the line. Denied by Lalim. Brings it out. It's played over by Kachuk. Cranked him.
You can hear that one up here.
Vannanen brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets pushed by Havanoff. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. He gets checked by Straskins. St. Louis puts its third line out. Abisher hangs on for the whistle. Hey, Craig, maybe he'll get the next call by having a word with the official now. And you can see the reason for his argument. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Colorado wins the face-off. And out they come with a puck. In over the line. Korea gets thrashed. Brings it out. End to end. One-time shot by Chayanik. Misses. Konowalchuk will serve time for hooking. St. Louis is about to go on the power play for the first time in this game.
Jim, they've got some good finishers in their lineup, but they like to keep it simple. Point shots with lots of traffic in front.
Pushed off the puck. Passed over. Brings it out. Over the line. In front. Saved by Abisher. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Hard shot blocked. A lateral pass. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Hard wrist shot by Waite. Missed the net. Brings it out. Coast to coast. Wrist shot by Blake. Blocked. Out of their defensive end. There's a minute gone by on this current man advantage, and they haven't been able to muster up a whole lot of offense.
Well, they have to start spreading out, getting...
Oh, he shot. Takes it behind the net. Laline freezes the puck. Waite wins the faceoff. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Big hit.
He couldn't avoid that one.
In over the line. Bumped by Pronger. Shoots! Gigantic save. Laline covers up.
Jim, he cannot believe his eyes. He had that one already up on the scoreboard, only to find the goalie to make a great save.
The players are lined up and ready for the faceoff. And the faceoff is won by Sillinger. Brings it out. Over the line. Moved across. Missed the net. St. Louis is 0 for 1 with the man advantage as the penalty expires. Into the attacking zone. Nice steal by Havanoff. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Pushed. Konowalchuk. Colorado makes a line change. Pad save by Lalim. He hangs on. They're getting ready for the faceoff. Faceoff won by Korea. Wrist shot turned aside by Lalim. In over the line. Wrist shot by Millenby. Abisher denies him. Brings it out. Over the line. He gets bowled over by Jackman. Moved up into the attacking zone. In front. Kachuk. This guy gets down quickly and takes away the entire bottom of the net.
Jim, you have to lift the puck up to beat his butterfly style. If it's on the ice, he's going to get a pad on.
Korea won the draw. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Flashed.
Let's see how he responds to that.
In over the line. Laid out.
There's some physical play.
Centers it right in front. Quick puck movement. Over the line. Crushed.
It's getting pretty intense down there.
Saved by Lalim. Brings it out. Wait gets bumped off the puck. Moved ahead by Foot. He gets leveled by Havanoff.
Sends him down.
Over. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Foot.
He really took it to him.
Brings it out. In over the line. Knocked him off the puck. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Slots it. Saved by Lalim. He freezes the puck. The action's about to start. Korea wins the faceoff. Passed across. Right in front. Saved by Lalim. He hangs on to the puck. They're getting ready for the faceoff. Korea won the draw. In front. Quick shot from deep in the slot. Lalim covers up for the whistle. About to drop the puck. And the faceoff is won by Korea. Konowalchuk corrals the puck. Solani fires! Lalim shuts the door. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Passed over. Right in front. Huge save. The ref is ready to drop the puck. Colorado wins the faceoff. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets roughed up by Havanoff. In Solani scores! I think he was screened.
What a rocket he let loose on that shot.
That was absolutely unleashed on net, and it found the target. A face-off win for the Avalanche. He gets run over by Havanoff. Moved up. Over the line. Rubbed off the puck by Solani. Right in front. Abisher made the save. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets roughed up by Weight.
That was a big league body check.
Across. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Rocked.
That's showing authority.
Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Weinrich lays him out. Played up. Over the line. Abisher made the save. Brings it out. In over the line. Shove. Goes behind his net. Out of their defensive end. End to end. Run over.
A devastating hit.
Moved ahead. Into the attacking zone. Slap shot by Salvador. Brings it out. In over the line. Lalline turned him away. Brings it out. Danton controls the puck. Checked. Wrigley out of their defensive end. Over the line. He gets bumped off the puck. Around the back. Goaltender stopped that. Over the blue line. Abisher reached out for the puck. Brings it out. In over the line. With a wrist shot. Misses. Brings it out. Over the line. Bad save. An icing call against Colorado. The puck is about to be dropped. The faceoff goes to the Blues. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Shove. Right in front. Lalline closes the door. Over the blue line. He gets out-muscled by Pronger. In the corner. Lalline shut the door. In front. Turned away. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Hit. Excellent physical play. Into the attacking zone. Wrist shot by Nicolishin. The ref indicates a delayed call. Solani will go to the box for hooking. You can see that the coach isn't very happy about this call at all. St. Louis will now play 4-on-4.
And that has to come as some relief to their coach. Now, their speed could give them a real advantage in this situation.
Over the blue line. And time winds down as the first period comes to an end with the score 1-0. Hello again, everyone. Welcome back.
We've got a close game brewing, so it should be a good one.
We're ready for the face-off. Nicolishin wins the face-off. He gets bowled over by Blake.
Now that's how you body check someone.
Big hit.
A great job of stepping up.
Over the line. Korea bowls him over.
Great contact.
Mellenby blocked. Brings it out. In over the line. Wrist shot by Nicolishin. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Shot from the wing by Waite. Abisher made the save. Waite in front. Fires. Saved by Abisher. Over the line. He gets hit by Pronger. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Great save. Through center. Waite knocks him over.
That looked like trouble.
Into the attacking zone. Hard shot. Mowed down.
Jim, that was a major league bump.
Over the blue line. Bumped by Pronger. Passed across. Over the line. In front. He gets taken out by Blake. Brings it out. In over the line. He gets worked over by Sillinger. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Knocked down.
I could feel that one from here.
Moved over. Over the line. Solani gets mowed down.
You could feel the impact up here.
Out of their defensive end. Sillinger gets checked. Korea feathered it. Brings it out. In over the line. Havanov pushes him. Bugler shoots the puck. McInnes blocks the shot. Brings it out. End to end. Sillinger with a blistering shot. He intercepts the pass. Stone cold by Abisher. Over center. Over the blue line. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. McInnes. Offside, St. Louis. Now, just because he hasn't been a head coach before doesn't mean this guy hasn't been around the game for a long, long time.
No, Jim, Mike Kitchen spent 9 seasons as part of the Toronto Maple Leafs coaching staff before he joined the Blues as an assistant coach in 1998.
In over the line. Brings it out. Over the line. A lateral pass. Brings it out. Skating through center ice. Passed ahead. Up through center. In over the line. Sent flying.
These checks keep everyone on their toes, Jim.
Over the blue line. In front. The door is shut by Lalime. He covers up. McInnes is really counted on in critical situations.
Whenever his coaches need someone to step up and deliver in the late stages of a game, look to this guy. They know he can get it done.
A face-off win for the Avalanche. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Shoved. Right in front. Brilliant save. Taken out.
That was a throwdown.
And out they come with a puck. Into the attacking zone. Bowled over. Brings it out. Over the blue line. He gets hit by Screstins. Shoots the puck. Saved by Abisher. The players are lining up at the face-off circle. Face-off won by Korea. Big hit!
He got clocked that time.
In over the line. Flattened. Brings it out. Over the line. Quick pass up. He gets shoved. Right in front. He scores, and we're tied at 1. He left that rebound in the wrong spot, no doubt about it.
Exactly, and they lit the lamp as a result.
St. Louis ties the game here in the second period.
That's a good thing, too. Another goal may have taken them out of this game.
Rubbed off the puck. Out of their defensive end. Solani gives him the rough stuff.
Real power there.
Checked. Konowalchuk. Over the blue line. He gets rocked by Weinrich. Brings it out. Salvador went short. Over center. Into the attacking zone. Right in front. Lalime freezes the puck. The ref is signaling for the faceoff. The faceoff goes to St. Louis. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Checked. Checked. Brings it out. Over the blue line. It's passed back by Brigley. Lalime denies him. Brings it out. Passed up to the neutral zone. Shove. In the corner. In over the line. Havanoff pushes him. Out of their defensive end. St. Louis makes a line change. Crushed. Brings it out. Over the line. Shove. Brings it out. Over the blue line. A shot from the slot by Waite. Big save by Abisher. Hit. Right in front. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. He gets leveled by Weinrich.
He slammed him big time.
Moved across by Salvador. Shove. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Havanoff. McInnes. Over the blue line. With a wrist shot. Saved by Abisher. Brings it out. Over the line. Konowalchuk gets checked. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Center. Leveled. St. Louis Blues are on a line change. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Right in front. Knocked over. Brings it out. Over the line. Run over. Mellenby. It's a scramble. Door slammed shut by Abisher. In over the line. Shoots the puck. Lalime reached out for the puck. Out of their defensive end. St. Louis Blues are on a line change. Crashed. Delayed call against Colorado. Clark gets called for hooking. St. Louis will go on the power play once again. They weren't able to capitalize on their first power play. Let's see if they can do it here. And the faceoff is won by Sillinger. Moved ahead. Hard slap shot by Rycroft. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Blake levels him. Brings it out. Over the line. Shove. In front. Scores! It's a short-handed marker.
The key to scoring short-handed is speed. You have to be fast enough to capitalize on an offensive error. That's exactly what happened here.
Face-off won by Wheat. Thanks. Abisher made the save, and he hangs on to the puck.
Assisted by number 4, Rob Blake, and by number 3, Carter Strasky.
The players are lined up and ready for the face-off. Face-off won by Wheat. Leveled.
He's a bit stunned after that one.
Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Right in front. Hall. Wrist shot. Lalime covers up. He's on the score sheet with that one assist already. Let's see if he can build on it.
While we know he has the skills, it's just a matter of execution.
The action's about to start. Wait won the face-off. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Quick pass up. He gets bowled over by Jackman. Over the line. Centered by Kachuk. Shoots the puck. Saved by Abisher. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Sent flying. The horn signals the end of the second period. 2-1 is the score as we head to the intermission.
Are you looking for a venue to demonstrate? Then enter our annual Search for the Stars contest at Guest Services.
We'll see who has more gas left in the tank as these two teams get set for the start of the third period. They're getting ready for the face-off. And the Blues get the draw. Wrist shot by Wait. Abisher reached out for the puck. About to drop the puck. Face-off won by Wait. Moved back. Right in front. Great save by Abisher.
Jim, you can see that emotions are starting to bubble over. There's been a lot of pushing and shoving after the whistle.
The ref is ready to drop the puck. And the face-off is won by Wait. Played back. Scores! That's a power play goal.
They used the manpower advantage to net that last goal. Nicely done indeed.
St. Louis closes the gap early in the third.
Jim, they couldn't have planned it any better. They've got the tie, and just as important, they've got the momentum.
Shot quickly by Korea. Lalime covers up for the whistle. St. Louis wins games by outworking their opponents. You rarely see a soft shift from anyone on this bench.
They win their games on effort, and they're an honest team. You rarely see them give up on a play.
Face-off won by Korea. He gets run over by Havanoff.
Lines him up and sends him down.
Over the blue line. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Foot knocked him off the puck. Passed across. Out of their defensive end. Rocked. Brings it out. In over the line. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Passed over. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Muscled off the puck. Right in front. Mellenby scores!
The puck came back out, and he was ready and waiting for it.
Colorado now fighting to come from behind.
It's still early in the third, Jim. Still time to mount an attack and create some chances.
He gets taken out by Waite. The Avalanche go offside. They're getting ready for the faceoff. Korea won the draw. Leveled.
You've got to keep your head up.
Into the attacking zone. Mowed down. Moved over. Brings it out. In over the line. Run over.
That shook him up.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Skrastich hits him.
No mercy on that play.
Out of their defensive end. Given away by Vananen. Weinrich. In behind. Quick pass up. Over the line. Clark gets knocked down.
That was a devastating blow.
In over the line. Savage shoots the puck. A lateral pass. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. He gets hit by Rycroft. Savage brings it out. Over the blue line. Shoved.
That'll keep them honest.
Advances the puck. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Clark. A shot from the slot by Moore. Stick save. In over the line. Leveled. Brings it out. Over into the attacking zone. Lalime reached out for the puck. Brings it out. Over the blue line. Turned aside by Abisher. Korea. Out of their defensive end. Over the line. Solani. Played over. Up through center. Passed over. In over the line. Sent flying. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Right in front. Lalime made the save. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Mellenby. In front. Tremendous save. Moved over. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Lalime reached out for the puck. Brings it out. Over the line. Hard wrist shot by Mellenby. Moved across. Great glove save by Abisher. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Shove. Shot from the point by Vananen. Waite blocks the shot. Lalime closed the door. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Clark pushes him. Brings it out. End to end. Rubbed off the puck by Rycroft.
He got worked over on that one.
Sillinger grabbed it. With a wrist shot, he goes wide. Thrashed. In over the line. Over the line. McCormick gets rubbed off the puck. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Savage shoots the puck. Blocked. Bugner now with the puck. Out of their defensive end. Over the blue line. Crushed.
He took a solid check there.
Leveled. Across. Brings it out. Over the line. Wait. Scores!
A loose puck after the initial shot led to that goal. Rebounds like that are lethal to a goalie.
And the faceoff is won by Korea. Puck intercepted by Salvador. Brings it out. In over the line. Gets the shot off. Wait, scores!
What a sweet wrist shot right there. He just picked his spot and snapped it home.
Face-off won by Korea. Right in front. Stoned by Lalim. Kachuk. Quick puck movement. Skating through center ice. Over the line. Checked. Brings it out. Solani over the blue line. Advances the puck. Brings it out. Into the attacking zone. Pass to the point. Wait. Shoots the puck. Out of their defensive end. In over the line. Konowalchuk has his pocket pick. Over the line. He gets checked by Blake.
He leveled him.
Brings it out. Over the blue line. Kachuk steals the pass. Brings it out. St. Louis puts its checking line out. Shove. Run over. Out of their defensive end. Into the attacking zone. Konowalchuk gets laid out. In the corner. Goes behind the net. Wrist shot by Korea. He blocks the shot. In over the line. In front. Lalim with a stick save. Across. Over the line. He gets rocked by Moore.
Jim, that's how you earn respect in this game.
Over the blue line. Leveled. He got dropped. Out of their defensive end. St. Louis makes the line change. Abisher got a leg on it. Bowled over. Intercepted. Thrashed. Into the attacking zone. Right in front. Lalim made the pad save. Brings it out. Over the line. Brings it out. Over the blue line. This shot by Brigley. Turned away by Lalim. Mellenby has been nailed for interference.
2 minutes is a long time when you're the one in the box.
Colorado will get a second chance on the power play here. And the faceoff is won by Nikolishin. Pushed aside by Lalim. In over the line. Saved by Abisher. Out of their defensive end. Coast to coast. Bumped off the puck. Nikolishin. Denied by Lalim. Nikolishin shoots it right in front. Lalim hangs on for the whistle. The Blues have applied tremendous pressure almost from the outset.
And they're winning all the battles for loose pucks. And it's created a lot of chances. The hard work is paying off in the scoreboard.
The faceoff goes to the Avalanche. Solani gets dropped.
Talk about a headache.
Taken out. Into the attacking zone. Put it in the books. St. Louis wins the game, sweeps the series, and will advance to the next round. From Denver, Colorado, and for EA Sports, I'm Jim Houston.
And I'm Craig Simpson. Have a great one.
You